First of all, here's our system. It's getting together now on the Gulf Coast, starting to throw moisture out, some severe weather even in the state of Mississippi today from that. For us, we're just starting to see a few high clouds streaking in, and we're going to see that process continue as we work through the evening and the night. Low 40s out there now. We got a nice break today above freezing. That melted away some of our dusting from yesterday, but those numbers are going to be going down very quickly this evening, back down to freezing by mid-evening, on our way down into the upper 20s by midnight, and then we'll settle down very slowly after that as those clouds increase. Here's our timeline looking at this. This is this evening on our Futurecast, and it shows you where clouds and the rain should be at that point. And you can see that rain's getting up close to the upstate of South Carolina. Then watch what happens when it encounters colder air in western North Carolina. Snow breaks out. A little bit of a mixture right there close to Charlotte. This is at 2 a.m. We go beyond 2 a.m. and you'll see that coming into the Piedmont Triad. And you can see by 3 a.m. we're starting to see some snow in the western Piedmont, southern parts of the Piedmont. And then by 4 a.m. it's starting to come through the Triad and continuing to work its way on off to the east. So by the time you're up and out and getting ready to go to work in the morning, this should all be underway. Now initially this area that's in pink will be snow and sleet mix, and then that will go over to some freezing rain in those areas. Areas farther north will snow much longer, and when they see a mixture, it's more likely going to be sleet in these areas, while freezing rain to the south. There will be some non-freezing rain in this area of green, so that certainly would be good, and it would not add up to the ice. But then tomorrow night, the colder air comes back in the upper levels, bringing a change back to snow showers with what's left as we go on into Saturday. As far as snowfall, when you get up in the morning, let's go through time here. Starting with 2 a.m., that's when that snow is getting started west of us, and then by 4 to 5 and 6 a.m. we see snowfall picking up. So at 7 a.m. when you're up and about, getting ready to head to work, we should already have 1 to as much as 3 inches of snow across parts of the area, more in the west, less in the east because it's starting there later. Then as we go from 7 a.m. on, you can see these numbers go up even more by lunchtime. Notice Asheboro's number at a couple of inches. Then notice Mount Airy and these areas in the western part of the area showing really big numbers. Now we go from lunchtime on, you'll notice this number won't go up anymore because we're at freezing rain at that point. This number will. Watch. These numbers are going up. This is staying the same because at that point we're getting some ice in those areas. Total snowfall from this storm, over a foot in the northwest. The Piedmont Triad, there's your 6-inch line. Toward the airport, probably 7 or 8 inches. Winston-Salem, 8 or 9. Down to the south, it does drop off a little bit because these areas will get more freezing rain. Once we get to a 1/2 inch of freezing rain, widespread power outages is a concern, and that is a concern south of the Piedmont Triad. But even in the Triad, around 1/4 inch could cause some issues as well from power. I'll have more details coming up in weather.